Welcome friends to my channel Stat in Quick, where you have started a lecture series on sample survey. This is the 13th part of the series, and in this part we shall talk about multi-stage sampling and multi-phase sampling. Okay, so previously we have talked about cluster sampling, and in case of cluster sampling we have seen the cluster sampling is divided into three parts. First one is one stage sampling, then two stage sampling, and then multi-stage sampling. Okay, so we have already discussed about all these things. Now it is the time to discuss about multi-stage sampling. Okay, so from this you can get an idea that multi-stage sampling is the complex form of cluster sampling. Okay, so it is a generalization of two-stage sampling. So we have already discussed about two-stage sampling in a very detailed way in our previous lecture. Okay, and we have seen that in case of two-stage sampling, we first divide the whole population into different clusters, and then we take some of the clusters from our population by using simple random sampling for our first stage unit. Okay, and then instead of taking all the observations from the selected clusters, we take some of the observations from the selected clusters by using the technique of simple random sampling, okay, for our second stage unit. Okay, and the total number of observations or objects present within the second stage unit will decide about our sample size for the study. Okay, so this is all about two-stage sampling, which we discussed in a very detailed way in our previous chapter. Okay, so multi-stage sampling is nothing but the generalization of this two-stage sampling. It means what? In case of two-stage sampling, we get two stages to collect sample from the population. Okay, and now in case of multi-stage sampling, we will get more than two stages, okay, to collect sample from the population. Okay, and here we will see that the samples are taken in stages using smaller and smaller sampling units at each stage. Okay, so all these things are pretty much clear to you when we discuss it with an example. Okay, so just before go to the example, we should know that multi-stage sampling has two types. First one is multi-stage cluster sampling, and then multi-stage random sampling. Okay, so what is the difference between these two techniques? So if the list of the sampling units are available to us, in that case we will go for multi-stage random sampling, and if the list of the sampling units are not available to us, in that case we will go for multi-stage cluster sampling. Okay, so whatever process we use for taking sample from the population in both the sampling technique are almost same. Okay, so in one technique we use the process of randomness to collect units from stage to stage, and in another process we take units from stage to stage according to our choice or according to our interest. Okay, since we don't have a clear cut list of sampling units of the study. Okay, so I'll explain it in our example. Okay, so that both of these two things are clear to you. So now suppose for example the government of India want to know about the impact of COVID-19 in the various states of our country. Okay, especially in case of rural areas. Okay, so suppose for example government of India directed each of the states to collect their information, especially from the rural areas. Okay, so now how can I take samples from the state? Okay, so suppose it is decided one of the state has to take a sample of 10,000 households residing within it. Okay, so how we can take sample of 10,000 households from the state by using the technique of multi-stage sampling. Okay, so suppose we consider the state Assam. Okay, so now we have to see that the state Assam contains how many districts within it. Okay, so we have to know about the number of existing districts within the state. Okay, that means first we get the state. Okay, and after that we divide the state into different number of clusters which are district in our example. Okay, so how many clusters are there? In our population there are 33 clusters. Okay, in our population there are 33 clusters. That means here clusters are nothing but the district. Okay, so now what we'll do, are we going to collect sample from each of the district of Assam? No, because multi-stage sampling is a complex form of what? Cluster sampling. Okay, and in case of cluster sampling, what do you do? In case of cluster sampling, our population consists of different clusters, and from the total number of clusters present in the population, we take some of the clusters for our study, isn't it? So here also we do the same thing. Out of the 33 clusters, we take some of the clusters for our study. Okay, so we may use the process of randomness to collect some of the district for our study. Okay, so suppose for example, out of the 33 districts, we want to collect the data from 7 districts only. Okay, so suppose we use the process of randomness to collect the 7 districts out of the 33 districts. Okay, so our first stage unit will consist of these 7 districts which are selected randomly from the population. Okay, so suppose for example district number 6, 11, 15, 20, 23, 26 and 29 are selected. Okay, so these are the units available in our first stage unit. Okay, so for our first stage unit, our sampling unit is what? Our sampling unit is the district. Okay, now we'll see that how the sampling units become smaller from stage to stage. Okay, so after getting the district for our first stage unit, what we'll do, we just see that how we can divide the district into different number of subgroups. Okay, so here we will divide the district in different villages. Okay, so we'll see that how many villages are there within the selected district. Okay, why we are doing so? Because we want to collect sampling unit for our second stage unit. Okay, and for this we have to divide the units into different smaller sampling units. No? So suppose we come to know that the district 6 contains 564 villages, and then district 11 contains 840 villages, and then district 15 contains 1084 villages, like that. Okay, so here you can see that the list of the sampling units are available to us. Okay, so out of the existing villages, we take some of the villages from each of the selected district. Okay, so suppose for example for district 6 we take 10 villages, and from district 11 we take 16 villages, and then from district 15 we take 20 villages, like that. Okay, so these randomly selected villages consist our secondary stage units. Okay, so in the previous case we have seen that the district is the sampling unit. Okay, but here we can see that the villages are the sampling unit. Okay, and now after getting the villages, we have to know about the number of households present within the villages. Okay, so suppose these are the number of existing households within these villages. Okay, so now as we want to collect information from 10,000 households, so according to that we will take some of the households from these villages, some of the households from these villages, some of the households from these villages. Okay, so we can decide about our number of households by using some technical proportion also. Okay, so here you can see that our sampling unit is what? In case of tertiary stage unit, our sampling unit is household. Okay, in case of first stage unit, our sampling unit is district. In our second stage unit, our sampling unit is village. Okay, so from here you can see that how the sampling units become smaller and smaller from stage to stage. Okay, so now whatever process I have said, this is called multi-stage random sampling. Why? Because here we are choosing the sampling units randomly. Okay, as I have said that all the districts are selected randomly, and then all the villages are selected randomly, and then households are also selected randomly. Okay, so that's why this process is known as multi-stage random sampling. Okay, now if we don't have the list of sampling units, in that case we do the same thing, but we don't use the process of randomness. We don't use any random technique to collect sampling units from stage to stage. Okay, so here simply suppose that we come to know that in case of state Assam, there are 7 districts which have maximum number of COVID cases. Okay, in that case we just simply consider that 7th district for our first stage unit. Okay, and after that we take some of the villages from that district according to our convenience, or you can say according to our interest. Okay, and after getting some of the villages for each of the district in our secondary stage unit, we go to collect information from the households for our study. Okay, and we just complete our goal that we have to collect information from 10,000 households. Okay, like that. So this is the difference between multi-stage cluster sampling and multi-stage random sampling. Okay, if the lists are available to us, then we'll go for multi-stage random sampling, and if the lists are not very much clear to us, we'll go for multi-stage cluster sampling. Okay, so when you use multi-stage sampling, actually when our population size is very large and it is placed in a geographically large area, in that case it is better to use multi-stage sampling in comparison to others, because it will reduce our cost as well as time of the survey. Okay, that's why we should go for multi-stage sampling in this type of scenario. So I hope the process of multi-stage sampling is now clear to you, and the difference of both the technique multi-stage cluster sampling and multi-stage random sampling, both are now clear to you. Okay, so now we go for what is multi-phase sampling. Okay, so multi-stage sampling and multi-phase sampling both are not same. Okay, in case of multi-phase sampling, what we do, we just collect sample from the population. Okay, and where the size of the sample is very large. Okay, so at first we collect our required information from each of the sampling units present within our sample. Okay, and after that, just to cross check, or you may say that just to take some additional information, we go to some individuals within our sample again to collect some other informations. Okay, that means some additional questions are asked to that individuals. Okay, we may go to a particular individuals, or we may go to a group of individuals to collect some other additional information. Okay, so here what we are doing, this is our target population, and from this target population we are taking sample. Okay, and after getting the sample, we question each and every member present within the sample. Okay, and after that we consider some of the subsample or some of the individuals within the sample for some other additional information. Okay, we again go to some of the individuals within the sample to ask some additional questions and nothing else. Okay, so this is called multi-phase sampling. Here we are not going to do sampling from stage to stage. Okay, here we are just taking our sample from the population for one time. Okay, and after getting the sample, at first we collect information from each of the units present in the sample. Okay, and after that, for some additional information, we go to some particular individuals or go to some group of individuals to collect some other additional information from them. Okay, so this is about multi-phase sampling. Okay, so now I hope both of this technique, multi-stage sampling and multi-phase sampling, are now clear to you. Okay, and if it is so, then please like, share and subscribe my channel, and please comment on my video also. Okay, so please like, share and subscribe my channel, and thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you.